guys, it's Alethea. Welcome to my channel. Today, if you can't tell by the title, I'm going to be showing you how I do this everyday makeup routine with all drugstore products, and I'm really excited because I even got to use the viral e.l.f. lip glow oil. So if you want to see how I obtain this look for every day with all drugstore, make sure you guys stick around. Okay, so I've already prepped my skin and done everything I need to do skin-wise. First of all, what I'm going to be using to actually apply my makeup, because that is still drugstore. These are on Amazon. I saw these on TikTok way back when, and I got a whole pack. They come with 6, and I have 2 left. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and get the tried and true headband on that quite literally every single person lost their mind over a couple years ago. I actually, fun fact, got this at Dollar Tree. The first thing that I always go into is my foundation, obviously. I try to keep it light when I first get into it because it's very buildable, and I use the L'Oreal True Match, and this is shade W4 Warm Light Medium, and I just put a couple little drops just like that. And you guys will be able to see how buildable it is because I have a couple little breakouts going on right now. This is a shade that I actually use in summer and winter, so it is pretty versatile in the sense that you can use it in all seasons, but because it's so buildable, that is what I really like about it. I don't have to completely switch shades just because I'm a little bit more pale in the winter. And sometimes I will directly apply it to my beauty blender. It kind of just depends on what kind of mood I'm in, but and like I said, it is very buildable, so I'm just getting a couple more drops and applying it where I know I'm having those little breakouts. Okay, so now that I basically have that base layer of my L'Oreal True Match on, I don't go straight into concealer. I actually always do concealer after I do bronzer. That's just like a little trick that I've learned. But the bronzer I'm gonna use is by Essence, and it's Baby Got Bronze. I'm gonna be using both their stick bronzer and their stick blush. Really love it. I don't even remember what perplexed me to want to get these. I think I saw them probably on a YouTube video or on TikTok, and they're just great. So I'm almost kind of applying this like where I would as a contour. I'm a very bronze heavy girl, so I will always end up probably adding more towards my cheekbone anyways. That's why I just always start with the what would kind of be considered the contour areas of my face, and then eventually it will start to build up to bronze up my cheeks. My poor little raggedy brush that I'm using, that I really should have got a new one for this video, is the just OG Wet n Wild contour bronzing little brush that is literally like $2. I use it so much, and I do my makeup every day. So if you guys didn't know, I'm a teacher, so I get ready every day using makeup. So sometimes when I'm using a bronzing brush, it just gets really tore up. I feel like it's kind of a waste of money, to be honest. Other brushes, like, you know, foundation brushes and things like that, I think are worth the money, but for bronzing, I just feel like I'm really rough with my bronzing brush, so there's really no purpose for me to buy a crazy expensive one. I always make sure to kind of drag it down on my neck as well. And if I ever feel like I maybe need a little bit more, I'll just take my brush and dab it on the actual applicator itself and kind of just go back in. And that's where I will hit my cheeks a little bit. So now I'm gonna be using my concealer, and my concealer is the Wet n Wild Incognito Concealer. This is like such a YouTube classic. Like, I remember back in the day when like Tati and Jeffree Star would always do their drugstore makeup routines, they would always have the Wet n Wild Incognito, and I have this in shade Light Honey. So this is the product that I do change the shade of when it's winter. I will always get the Light Honey color in winter. So this is really the only product that essentially is brightening up my face that I change, and that's okay. And then in the summer, I will just get a darker shade. I don't remember which one I get because I used it all last summer. And most importantly, I only do a dot here and here, and will go up with it because I feel like sometimes my face has like a weird unproportional thing to it, so I always want to make sure that I am blending up because I'm just trying to keep my face as symmetrical with my makeup as possible. And I really don't like letting this like sit and wait too long. It is a little bit more of like a thicker concealer, and you guys will know what I'm talking about. Like, you have those concealers that are very, very light, and this one's thick and buildable. I don't really like to waste time. You can see that those little blemishes that I had at the beginning of the video have been covered up pretty decent. Okay, so once I get the majority of like my base and bronzer on, I like to go in with the e.l.f. Blue Light Stay All Night Micro Setting Mist. The blue one specifically, I don't know why, I just think works the best. and I will consistently go back in with this just to really like set in the makeup. Okay, so now I will, while my concealer kind of like gets in there and then kind of sets after I blended it out, I'm gonna go in with the Essence Baby Got Blush, and this is actually a new shade. I've never used this one. This one is the Tickle Me Pink, and I just got this today, but normally I had been using, I think the shade like rubbed off on it. So this is much more of like a deeper, almost corally kind of blush, and this is way more pink, but I've just been wanting to try their other shades. So I'm gonna go right in. It is very light, very, very light. Maybe if I add the other one on top of it, I'll like it a little bit more, but I mean, it is pigmented, it's getting in there. But I like this because I don't feel like it pulls my makeup around. So normally like with sticks, you want to try avoid applying it directly on the face, but I don't feel like it like pulls my foundation off, which is always good. The pink is very light though. I think I'm gonna go back to my other shade because I know that this always has so much more pigment in it. I think I just really like having kind of exaggerated blush because I do have a lot of like cheekbone space, so I just want to try to, you know, get some good color up there. Now that I have all of my cream blush on, I'm now going to go in with one of my only like really one of two powder products I use, and that is the NYX Butter Melt Bronzer. Again, these were very, very viral. This one is in the shade 5 Butter Off. Very cute. I love the names of these. I also love the way that they smell. They're just kind of hard to open. Love the way that they smell. And I'm just gonna use my little crusty dusty bronzer brush again and get in, and you have to dab these off. Like, you have to tap it off because these are so pigmented and they are scurry at first. Like, they look very, very scary, but you just have to blend to the cause and all will be well, I promise. But I love this new bronzer and powdered blush from NYX. This entire line is really, really good. Very comparable to high end. And this is what I mean when I say I kind of just get crazy with my bronzer. Like, I just start putting it everywhere. I'm just one of those girls. Like, you can't have ever enough, honestly. The other thing that I'm going to do is I always take just like a fluffy eyeshadow brush, and with whatever powdered bronzer I'm using at the moment, I will get a little dab of that, and I always put this in my crease. And again, this looks like really, really scary at first, and it kind of is, but I just blend it out. I am a oily crease girly, so I just always like to have at least some kind of product in there. And then I'll just take my beauty blender again and kind of bounce that around on my eyelids. I have a high eyebrow bone, so I always get worried about like this part of my eye just looking like there's nothing going on and almost offsetting my makeup. So I always try to make sure I'm putting a little something in there. The next thing I'm going to use is the e.l.f. eyebrow brush. Now this is the Instant Lift Brow Pencil. Literally, this is probably $2. I think I used to actually get this at the Dollar Tree. I don't necessarily use it for the color because obviously I have some pretty dark eyebrows, but I do like the waxy consistency of it. Like, I'm gonna put this on the back of my hand. Like, it's not like the most beautiful pigmented brow brush you're ever gonna get, but it has like this consistency that I really, really like. And I'm not like a fluffy eyebrow girl. I think my eyebrows are just too thin because I like them that way. I really, really like the way that this kind of just like pushes the little hairs together and then does provide a little bit of that color. And then I will follow that with the e.l.f. Brow Wow, and this is in, I don't even know what color. They never have one dark enough. It's like a brown, like a deep brown, of course. I don't know if they even make this in black, but I will just use that to really sculpt in my hairs because, like I said, I am not like a brow soap girly. Props to everybody who can do that. That looks impossible to me. It's just not my thing. And because I don't want crusty dusty lips, you will never see me putting foundation or setting powder over my lips. That might be a great pro tip. I just can't do it. I hate the way it feels. I always apply my Aquaphor as I go. Speaking of setting powder, I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder, just like with a little powder puff. That is so dirty. Don't judge me. This is something that I've been using since probably the past like year. I think it's only been out for a year, and I always just dab it on the back of my hand and press it right into my under eye, right in between my brows. I'll go pick up some more product, press that on the left side, and then with whatever is left on the powder puff, I will just kind of extend out into the T-zone. I don't do anything crazy. Okay. Now we're gonna do my favorite part, my eyelashes. So I have very long eyelashes, and I totally accredit that to Grande Lash. I love Grande Lash. Before Grande Lash, I was using Revitalash, but I always have had very thick, dark lashes, but they were very heavy and like straight. So I just love doing my eyelashes because it gets me so excited. But I'm gonna use the Tweezerman eyelash curler, and I just think the Tweezerman eyelash curler is like the best eyelash curler ever. My best friend Alexa put me on that, and I have never changed it up since. So curled my eyelashes makes such a difference, you guys can tell. And the two mascaras I'm going to use is the L'Oreal Telescopic and the Maybelline Sky High Lash Sensational. Love these two. The other mascara I really love is the other Lash Sensational from Maybelline. It's just in this different tube. I really love this one as well, but these two have just been like my tried and true lately. And I use the Telescopic first because this is what gives you like that length, you know? Okay, so after I have one singular coat of my Telescopic, I work fast because I don't want it to dry, and then I will go in with the Maybelline Lash Sensational, and I just love like the extra volume this gives. I wouldn't say it's like super lengthening, but like you can almost kind of tell the difference. Like it just like gives like that thickness on the lash band line versus not having it on there. And I don't know what it is about these two formulas together. It does not smudge. I used to struggle so hard with my mascara smudging, and I used to get so pissed about it because it just looked terrible. Like it gives you like raccoon eyes. This combo, foolproof. And I just really take my time and give maybe some extra attention to those little corner pieces too, because that's what really gives you just like a really wispy, pretty lash look. I'm just going to give it like a good look and be like, okay, like is there any other little pieces that I want to hit up with the Telescopic? Like if I feel like I need to get my inner corners some more, I will do that. If I feel like I need to get back into those little outer corners, and don't get me wrong, these do get a little bit chunky. I personally don't really mind that because I like a good dark lash. So to me, that's not really a problem. But if you like a very light, wispy, like you can see every single little strand of your eyelash, that combo may not be for you, or maybe just don't put like 5 coats like I do. And I think the mascara is in there. I'm going to take off my little headband and fluff my hair back out. And now we're gonna do the last but the absolutely not least step, and that is gonna be a lip combo. And I actually wanted to wait till after Christmas because this was a Christmas present, but because I'm filming a drugstore and because this is literally trending, I had to get it out of my little gifts that I got, and I'm gonna have to use it today to see what it looks like. My #1 lip liner that I'm absolutely obsessed with is the Maybelline Color Sensational in Gone Greige. I freaking love it. When I'm out of it, I will go to 3 different CVS's to find it because I'm not settling. Of course, there's other colors I like, but this just for every day, I'm obsessed. So I don't really overline my lips because I feel like I have plenty of space to work with, but I just feel like this is just a really good color that is super close to my natural color of my lip, just a little bit darker. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Glow Reviver lip oil. I have not used any of these besides the clear lip oil. So normally my everyday, I just use like an Essence lip gloss or the CoverGirl lip gloss. But because this is drugstore, I'm gonna go ahead and try the little e.l.f. one. So this is what it looks like up close. I don't know if it's gonna focus for you guys. Very pretty color we've got going on, and the TikToks of this are so very convincing. Yeah, that's pretty. yeah, so here is the finished look. I really love this. Again, I've used the clear one before. I have the clear one. I've probably lost it. I lose my lip glosses like every week. So I'll see how this wears, and maybe if you guys want me to like go back in and talk about it like in a vlog or in my next video, I totally can. But this is gorgeous, and I'm actually so happy my friend shopped this for me and got this for me, because I was at Ulta earlier today and they are totally out of any of the colored ones because it is going viral yet again. So I'm very excited to see how it wears. I hope you guys enjoyed this little drugstore routine. I definitely, of course, love to have some high-end products, but just especially with the way that the world is now, like drugstore products do just fine. You can still obtain like a nice daily makeup routine with drugstore. But if you guys enjoyed this, make sure you're subscribing, make sure you're following my other socials. I will see you guys next time.